Every day that currently is passing is another day closer towards the potential acceptance of the Bitcoin spot ETF. And one thing for sure is going to be happening, and that is that Bitcoin is going to be seeing a massive breakout out of this consolidation phase right here. But the question remains, when are we going to be seeing that breakout? What direction are we going to be breaking towards? And yes, where is the liquidity currently laying in the market? So I will be answering all of these questions on today's update video. I will also do a small dive in towards Ethereum that currently is still holding the support level, but I will talk about what will happen if we potentially break below this level. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap on the like button back above 600 likes on today's update video. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term. And on the imminent short term, on the 1 hour time frame here on Bitcoin, we can clearly see that we're creating this massive downward sloping resist line here for Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. And so far, every single time Bitcoin has been retesting this exact level, we have seen a significant rejection from it. But if we break outside of it, that is the point where I would be expecting the bigger reversals going to be happening. And yes, like you can see, we're creating this downward sloping support line and we're creating somewhat of a falling wedge pattern. What is a typical bullish bias pattern for Bitcoin? So I will be keeping my eyes wide open on this breakout pattern. But for Bitcoin, of course, yesterday we saw on the 4 hourly time frame that we broke the 4 hour support line, right? We broke the 4 hour support line, and currently that is the level that we're retesting. So yeah, on this chart we could still see that there is still some potential resistance that Bitcoin is currently trading against off. But really, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, I don't really see a big reason to be panicking right now here. And really, once Bitcoin breaks back above the resistance right here, that is the point where I would really expect, once again, we're going to see higher targets for Bitcoin getting reached again. And I mean, this level is almost the same level as the downward sloping resistance line right here. So yeah, once we break above either of these levels, then I will be expecting we're going to see a significant surge towards the upside again. So also looking at the liquidity in the market, nothing has really changed compared to yesterday or the day before, but still the majority of the liquidity lays on the top side. And around that $44,000 level, there's an approximately $1.5 billion in Bitcoin short liquidations. So once Bitcoin hits that level, I would be expecting we're going to see a massive squeeze over there. So I do still think that Bitcoin is going to go up there to squeeze out the short positions. But one thing I'm still a little bit worried about is that the funding rates remain to be so high. And historically speaking, once funding rates are very high on Bitcoin, and let me show you this. Once funding rates are extremely high, it means that we're forming a top or either close to be forming a top here. You can see it happening last time right here on $69,000, and this is the second time it is happening around $42,000. So there is definitely a sign of worry that Bitcoin right now is potentially creating the top, but it doesn't necessarily has to be the level that we're currently trading on. Potentially we could still see a push towards the upside before potentially topping out on the imminent short term, but this is just a thing I need to be pointing out to everyone out there, is that there are indeed some worrying signs. But however, what I am personally expecting is that still, once the Bitcoin spot ETF gets accepted, we're going to see a final push towards the upside. Then potentially days after, once it goes live, we see another push towards the upside, and then potentially basically cool down a little bit in the market. So that is a little bit my expectation. And I mean, honestly, if you're looking at the 12-hour time frame, you can clearly see Bitcoin is currently creating in this massive symmetrical triangle, and I will be just looking at this pattern, and once we break outside of this pattern, that is the point where I will be expecting a big move is going to be happening for Bitcoin. So keep your eyes wide open on this pattern, either on the daily or on the 12-hour time frame. It's a beautiful pattern, and once it breaks out here, that is the point where I would really be expecting we're going to see massive volatility in this market. And I mean, we do know that the SEC has literally stated yesterday that they will most likely report the Bitcoin spot ETF approval as soon as Wednesday already, so the market could price it in, since it will be trading live a little bit later. So this is a very important thing you need to be paying attention to. We're potentially only 3 days out before the potential Bitcoin spot ETF acceptance comes. So we are very close right now towards having a massive rally for Bitcoin towards the upside due to this Bitcoin spot ETF. So get ready for that right now. I mean, one thing we know is that Bitwise is seeding their Bitcoin spot ETF for over $200 million, what means that we're already going to see more buy pressure entering the market. So yeah, a lot of things are happening. And I mean, Bitcoin currently is, in my opinion, still trading fairly low here. And honestly, I've said this several times before. If Bitcoin were to come down towards my levels, I would open up even bigger long positions. Currently, I'm in a very small long position position. I will let this long position just ride towards the upside to make some profits off it. But yeah, if you want to be trading Bitcoin yourself on the Bitcoin Spot ETF news, go to the link description of today's video, because you currently can claim an insane deposit bonus worth $1,000. It's a free $1,000 trade, and all you need to do is go to the link description of today's video, sign up an account over there on either the Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Pepe link, and then after you complete KYC, deposit $100 in your first 7 days, you could claim a free $1,000 trade. And currently there's only 70% remaining, so make sure to be quick in the link description of today's video. It's a super valuable deposit bonus that you claim. And if you can't do KYC on BYBIT, check out bitfinex, where you can currently also get a 10% cashback on everything you're depositing, and you don't need to do KYC, what is of course super valuable. So yeah, like we know, Bitcoin is getting ready for a big move here, and honestly, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, we can currently see on the weekly time frame that we're just still getting rejected by the $43,000 level, and the moment we break above that level, that is the point where we will be seeing, of course, that massive continuation for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin still on the weekly time frame running in towards big resistance, and still if we are going to be pushing towards the upside, I still think that this level is going to be providing somewhat of resistance for Bitcoin, to be very honest. And somewhat of what resistance? I still think we could see a severe rejection from off this level, since this is such an important level from the past of Bitcoin. So looking forward towards how this level is going to be playing out here. But of course, if we're quickly looking towards Ethereum, what is of course a very important asset to be looking at, Ethereum currently is still sitting at that very important support against the Bitcoin price action, and so far it looks to be that we're still creating these lower high structure. And if Ethereum breaks the support against Bitcoin, then we could see of course a massive drop towards the downside. So if you're looking on Ethereum compared to Bitcoin, so if we're looking for the Ethereum compared to US dollar chart, it is looking of course quite okay, but not as good as we would like to see, of course, right? I still do think that the Ethereum gains are going to come a little bit later, but yeah, Ethereum is still doing quite an okay job. But if we lose the support, potentially we could be heading way lower compared to the Bitcoin valuation. So this is a thing to be looking out for. I don't think that there's a big reason to be panicking about Ethereum. I'm currently still DCAing in towards Ethereum, because I still think it's going to be performing super well in the next bull run. So this is my expectation. This is it for me in today's update video, guys. Have a happy new year already. Best wishes to everyone out there. I hope you're going to go in towards an amazing 2024. At least I think 2024 is going to be the year of the bull run. So yeah, I am super excited about it. I am also ready for the next bull run, and I hope you are as well. So I see you guys back on tomorrow's video. I will be a little bit later with uploading tomorrow, since tonight is New Year's Eve, and yes, I am going to be having a little bit of a party. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.